These are the smartest NBA moments from level 1 to level 100. And at level 1, Nate Robinson knows you can't out-Bron Bron. Instead, you have to outsmart Bron.
Aaron Gray out, but they wouldn't put Butler back in.
Whoever said you have to be tall to win jump balls is tripping. But for number 5, Avery Bradley isn't tripping. He's simply tying his shoes, or at least that's what he wants us to think.
All night.
12 of 19 from the field and a steal. 3-on-1. Lobs it up for Hollins, and Hollins slams it home. And here come the Celtics, who cut it to 4.
There are players who get paid millions a year to play basketball. And then there's Avery Bradley, who gets paid millions to tie his shoes. However, it doesn't compare to the time Ja Morant went fishing for Ben Simmons.
Well, teams allow the Grizzlies to waste time on the clock by not attacking the basketball.
And now Simmons crowds Morant, and Simmons is fouled out of the game. Basically baited him into it.
Damn, I gotta get my hands on some of that bait. However, that's the least of my concern right now, because at level 70, one player missed a free throw on purpose. And at an even later level, one player forced overtime by elbowing a coach. But before we get to those levels, it's the time Chris Paul took one for the team. It was February 10th, 2016, Celtics vs. Clippers. And with only 2 minutes left in overtime, the Celtics devised the genius plan, sending DeAndre Jordan to the line. Because when you shoot under 48% from the line, you're practically a walking brick. However, there was only one thing in the way, literally. There's a saying that goes, you're only as strong as your weakest link. But if Chris Paul's on my team, I beg to differ.
Told me he was shooting under 20.
14%, folks.
You know what Jerebko just did? He ran full speed to try and foul DeAndre Jordan, and he ran over Chris Paul.
However, if I'm the Los Angeles Lakers, that's a pretty good thing, since sometimes the weakest link is secretly fooling everyone.
Even see him on Friday night. Here we go, second half action. Lakers with the same 5 on the floor that we saw starting the game. Underneath, wide open, McGee, nobody home.
I've always said many times, you can't double team off the box.
McGee thought if soccer players can benefit from faking injuries, then so can I. No offense, Neymar. And Ja Morant also knows a thing or two about faking it, because one time he pretended to go AFK just so this would happen.
Big lead for New Orleans. What a steal. Wasn't that something? Here comes Morant. He'll fly and get it to go. Taking it right down the boulevard. And he ties the game at 58.
His third steal of the evening.
Whether it's tying your shoe, an injury, or going AFK, sometimes you gotta fake it until you make it. Yet, there's nothing better at sending mixed signals than your face. Just ask Luka Doncic.
Nothing shocks me about this game.
And that Drew Ram, it's still loose. Luka got the dunk. Probable comeback by Dallas to tie it with 1 second left.
Luka's smug face says it all. The Mavericks got. On the other hand, Ben Simmons isn't deceiving anyone with his passes. Because let's face it, even fans can smell his passes from a mile away. They are the most predictable part of his game. But what if they weren't?
Houston and Golden State cannot wait.
Ooh.
And Simmons again! Right-handed jam. The seas parted for Ben Simmons. He's got a...
Well, I'll be damned. Simmons put on his big boy pants and slammed that one down with authority. However, what if you didn't have to play tricks or be smart? What if you just were smart? See, Kobe knows all about that. And lucky for us, he isn't afraid to share his knowledge.
I play to my opponent's weaknesses, obviously. So your left hand. So I'll probably sit inside here and get this hand inside here. You know, it's a little trick for the weekend warriors over there.
You like tricks.
Once this guy makes his move with this right hand, what you try to do is you try to pin this arm. See this arm right here? It's a strong hand. You pin this, because you know he's inevitably going to come back to a strong hand, right? So now when he makes that move, now he can't come back. Watch, try to cross over. Uh-oh. That ball pops out.
Only this insane trick isn't just a one-time thing. It works even in the biggest moments. It was October 2nd, 2008, Heat vs. Lakers, Wade vs. Kobe. Perhaps the 2 greatest shooting guards of the 21st century. And with only enough time left for one more possession, Kobe decided to make Wade's job a living hell.
Point shot. He's making him work here. There's no doubt about it. Good stuff. More to shoot. And trap.
Kobe may be known mostly as the Black Mamba, but to me, he's also the clamp guy. And when it comes to great defenders, Kawhi has to be in the conversation, because one time, he made a steal without even looking.
Wow, the sellout that time by Kawhi Leonard, diving on the floor to get the steal.
That's why they say the best things in life come when you're not looking for them. Kawhi took this advice and ran. But now that we reached level 50, it's time to stop running and embrace our inner brainiac. From here on out, these moments will make even your teachers feel dumb, starting with Luke Cornett, someone who can make even the best shooters look silly. Because at a staggering height of 7'2" and an insane wingspan, all this dude has to do is put his hands up, and it blocks the shooter's view of the rim. Take a look.
Josh, watch him. He doesn't run out. He just jumps up in the air. And Brad told me that if you're at the three-point line in the corner and you shoot that shot, you can't see the rim. Look at Luke telling me.
If only we could all contest our opponent's shot from 10 feet away. Defense would be so much easier. However, if this was the case, Kobe has the solution. Because in 2013, the Lakers were facing the Hornets, up by 2 with 24 seconds, when an inbound pass to Kobe left everyone dumbfounded.
Stack formation right at the free throw line. What a defensive foul! Slam dunk by Bryant!
Confused the defense. They started playing on the underneath side.
Damn, the Lakers put the test in smart test. And the same can be said about referees, because on April 26, 2022, the Heat bench got away with this buffoonery. Man, that shit is wild. Either the refs got paid off, or they need to learn what BS smells like. But you know what's even wilder? Luka Doncic, because dude is better sitting down than most players are standing up.
Facundo Campazzo in the game. Doncic. Oh, bounce pass from a sitting position, and it was an absolute dime for a jam.
When life knocks you down, get back up. But on the basketball court, it's better just to stay down. Just like it sometimes makes sense to miss on purpose. Because for level 70, De'Aaron Fox knows that the only way to win is by failing forwards.
For a potential offensive rebound.
Whoa! Oh my goodness gracious!
Oh,
Did you just see that dunk machine? Oh boy! We're all tied at 119.
Sheesh, Fox isn't just quick on the court, he's quick in the brain too. Although, it wasn't always that way, because after the first semester of college, Fox was on thin ice. In fact, his grades were so low, he almost wasn't NCAA eligible. But thankfully, my G turned it around by seeking tutors, working hard in the classroom, and subscribing to the channel. That's right, I made up an entire story just so you would subscribe to the channel. But imagine making a play so smart, you become an NBA coach. Only Jason Kidd doesn't need to imagine. See, it was a 2010 matchup between the Mavericks and Hawks, when all of a sudden, Hawks head coach Mike Woodson stepped onto the court, and to Woodson's dismay, he was called red-handed by Jason Kidd.
Plug is from the opening tap.
Jason Kidd making contact with Mike Woodson. Woodson was on the court.
Jason Kidd deliberately put.
That's Albert Einstein smart. Yet the story gets even better. Not only did the Mavericks get a technical free throw and possession of the ball, but they also killed the Hawks' momentum, allowing the Mavs to come back and win in overtime. But believe it or not, Kidd has nothing on Andre Miller, because in 2011, Miller made a play so smart, it led to the easiest layup you'll ever see.
Blazers will call a timeout right here.
Andre Miller does it. He fakes the timeout and scores.
Hey, somebody tell the Trailblazers to play until the whistle. They can take a nap after the game. Although, you don't need to tell this to Steph Curry, because Chef Curry is always ready. P.S. It also helps when KD is on your team.
McGee's got his own miss. Trying to spin, stripped to the ball by
no.
Curry.
Oh,
Durant, who tomahawks it home.
He throws it and then turns the other way.
According to my calculations, the angle on that pass was just right. Someone passed geometry with flying colors. Meanwhile, LeBron James didn't even attend college. But I know King James has a secret yearning to get back in the classroom. It was 2017, Cleveland versus Lakers. LeBron versus, Lonzo Ball. And in the second quarter, LBJ made the Fortnite equivalent of a no-scope.
myself included.
How you gonna disrespect the Lakers like that? Only to sign them a few years later. Shaking my head. This leaves us with only 3 levels remaining. And believe me, we've saved the best for last. Cause level 95 is just outrageous. See, the 2014 season was just getting started. And this was especially evident between the Clippers and Lakers. And when one team was inbounding the ball, the other team was, well, you'll see.
People would always get on Carmelo last year, but he was put in positions where they're not ready to go. What are the Lakers doing?
To be honest, I'm not sure whether this play was pure genius or pure stupidity. Either way, it got me rolling. Just like our 99th moment, because some players will take whatever chance they get to block Stephen Curry, even if it's not a basketball.
And Rick got a technical, and Curry hit the free throw. So it was a 26-point lead early in the third. And he lost his shoe.
Yeah, shoe down, boys, shoe down.
And that is leading to a lead.
Couldn't take advantage of it. That shoe is Curry grabs it. Chandler swats the shoe out of bounds.
Get that shit shoe out of here. Which brings us to the moment we've all been waiting for. Level 100. A moment so petty, so comical, and so magical that it's downright brilliant. It all happened on December 6, 2019. Thunder vs. Timberwolves. When one player's mistake proved to be another player's blessing. Because with only 1.1 seconds left in the game, the Timberwolves were up by 1, shooting free throws. In other words, the game was over. That was until Chris Paul noticed this.
You want him to make this free throw.
Only we're just getting started, because after draining their technical free throw, OKC did the unthinkable.
He made it. So Adams launches it to shooter catches and scores!
And once overtime hit, the game was all but over. As by the end of overtime, OKC wound up winning 135-128, which goes to show it doesn't have to be Christmas for miracles to come true. And speaking of which, Ja Morant is a living miracle. From chase down blocks to high-flying alley-oops and no-look dimes, these are the 27 craziest Ja Morant moments this season. Trust me, this video will leave you speechless. Just click the video and find out.